What up, football peeps? Welcome to another episode of TeamBoydTV presents Game Time with your boy, Big Q.
And Bernie B.
All right, so I know I'm supposed to be hanging my head in shame because, you know, I was so close to closing the gap. You know, yeah, so go ahead and break it down and tell us where we're at, because this is terrible.
But pretty much I blew the lid off this thing, and last week his picks, he was 6 and 8, I was 10 and 4.
That's terrible.
So overall for the year, I'm 84 and 44, and you're 75 and 53.
Wow.
So 9 games back.
9 games back, so we got 9 games back with, we got 6 more regular season games. Then we got the playoffs. So I don't know. We might be able to do it, but you have to be like dead wrong on a whole bunch of stuff in order for me to catch up, right?
And that pretty much won't happen.
Right. So yeah. So what exactly went down last week?
Okay, so let's review the schedule. Last week we had Miami at Kansas City.
Okay.
Miami got the win this week.
They did. And of all weeks, they finally got one. So that leaves who to be left to be undefeated? That's just Indianapolis, right? They like by their lonesome now, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
So they got Andrew Luck.
Yeah. They do whatever they want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Seattle at Dallas.
Okay.
I don't know why you picked Seattle.
I picked Seattle because, remember, I wanted to kind of bring some excitement to a Dallas game because the Dallas game is a lame game. You know what I mean? So I wanted to see something. I don't like to see them win. So, yeah.
Cleveland and Houston.
All right.
We got that.
Okay.
Atlanta and Indy. We got that.
All right.
New York Jets at Buffalo.
Right.
You picked Buffalo. I went with the Jets.
All right.
They pulled it out with
Yeah.
that. San Francisco at Washington. We both picked San Fran. Then Tampa Bay and New Orleans. You picked Tampa Bay for whatever reason.
I picked Tampa Bay because I thought Tampa Bay had a shot at this one. I really did.
The only reason why I kind of figured New Orleans was because, you know, Tampa Bay embarrassed them the last time the coach got hurt.
Right.
They needed this one.
Yeah.
Cincinnati at Tennessee. We both have Cincinnati. Denver at Oakland, and Denver came out with the win.
They did, right?
Tebow was doing his thing.
Tebow did his thing, right? Tebow actually did his thing. Like, well, you know, it wasn't until late because that game started. The game was really slow.
Yeah, it was.
You know, but hey, Tebow won. So now that makes Tebow 2-1.
2-1.
That's pretty good. Right?
And then my favorite team, of course, the New York Giants beat New England Patriots.
Right.
This is the first time we have played since the Super Bowl.
Right.
So,
But that's the game also that you kind of failed to mention. That little stat right there. So you know, if I knew that this was like going to be a rematch of the Super Bowl, and that's the last time they play, I probably would have picked the way I did.
Oh.
So yeah, that's you know, we ain't gonna count that one against me because I was unaware.
Okay.
I was unaware.
But I thought you do your history, you know, your research.
I'm a football guru, okay? But I'm just saying, that little piece of information kind of, got swept under the rug. That's right. Okay. Yeah, you failed to, you just omitted that part because you didn't want me to know.
Yeah. St. Louis at Arizona. I had Arizona, you had St. Louis. I mean, that was just a gimme game.
It was, but I was still on the whole
St. Louis beat.
Yeah, I was. I thought it was going to continue that.
It's what you call a fluke.
Well, okay, whatever. I mean, but New Orleans is known for going down to the fluke team like that. So.
That's right. Last year to play.
They did.
Okay, Green Bay at San Diego. Green Bay won. That was a really good game.
It was.
Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Okay, this is the one that you definitely have right. I picked Pittsburgh.
Right. Yeah.
And they lost.
Well, you kind of squeezed the Ravens pick out of me because I until you actually banged the table, I had no idea which way I was going to go. But that game actually turned out to be pretty entertaining with the whole ball so hard,
right.
and so we beat that thing to death on Facebook about who actually started the trending topic. I ain't even gonna get into it on this show, but people.
He started it.
I started it. I did.
He started it.
I definitely started it. So everybody else on Twitter who claimed they did, you didn't, because I did. Okay.
As soon as he said it, he tweeted it out. I mean,
That's
it was
right.
like no comment.
That's right.
Okay, and the last game was Chicago at Philly. We both had Philly.
Right.
Chicago came out the winner.
Okay.
So,
I did have that picture.
No, wait. No, you didn't. Pittsburgh, Philly, you had.
Oh, yes, right. Yeah.
But I wanted to go back to the Baltimore game for a minute because Ray Lewis got fined $20,000 for his hit on Hines Ward.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought Suggs was supposed to be the one who wanted to hit Hines Ward.
Ray Lewis took his spot, so he got fined 20 G's for it.
And the Ravens are on some, I don't know, man. They on a mission. And I said it one time before that. I was assuming that every time they played, that they was gonna make sure they beat Pittsburgh. So now the question is, and my brother JB brought up a real good argument about will they meet again in the playoffs, right? And you know, right now it's a little early to see, but he claiming that there won't be a third meeting between the two because he thinks Pittsburgh will get knocked off. I forget who he said it was. I think he said it was somebody like Tennessee or somebody, you know, and so they wouldn't get a chance to meet, you know, for a third. That's what he said. So I'm personally looking forward to a third matchup.
Wow.
I want to see him slug it out one more time.
For the last few years, Pittsburgh has really been the one to move on, and now Baltimore.
Right.
So Baltimore has a lot to prove.
Hey, that's supposed to be their year, you know. So
that was the weekend in a nutshell.
All right, cool. All right, so everybody's favorite topic. We talk about fantasy leaders for last week. Now I know last week was the first time I did this, and I pretty much compiled the fantasy leaders for the whole entire season. You got a little upset about it, so this time I went and I narrowed it down by last week's performance only. Okay, so now we clear. Okay,
this week's only.
Last week's performance only. Okay, and here are our fantasy leaders. Right, so at quarterback, I'm still holding on to his number one spot. Your boy Aaron Rodgers, followed by Phillip Rivers, slid at number 2. Not because Cam Newton was on the bye. Okay, Matt Stafford was too. You know, just so you know, right? Tim Tebow got the number 3 spot.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Go ahead, Tebow.
And then there's another one that you really gonna love, right? Guess who got the number 4 spot?
Ooh.
Matt Moore in Miami, right? And then you know the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton followed the list up at number 5, right? At running back we got Willis McGahee, right? Number 1, Arian Foster, Marshawn Lynch, Reggie Bush, right? And Tolbert in San Diego, right? Okay. At wide receiver, we got Vincent Jackson up at San Diego. So San Diego must have had a dynamic offensive performance, right? We got Julio Jones at number 2, Brandon Marshall, your favorite wide receivers, Jacoby Ford, and Jordy Nelson in Green Bay. Okay. All right, then at tight end, we got Jimmy Graham still at number 1. Another Dolphin popped up. Fasano is in there, Antonio Gates, and then Dallas, Jason Witten, right? And the D, this is the one that I thought was really crazy, right? The Cardinals ended up with the number 1 amount of fantasy points for defense. Wow. Arizona did, followed by Green Bay, Denver, Atlanta, and then Miami. Okay. So I was looking at the leaders for last week. I looked at the performance. No wonder I got completely destroyed in fantasy football, and my picks were all wrong last week because this right here just looked crazy to me. I don't know. It looked wild. All right, so we'll talk about the news for a minute, right? And well, before we get into the big topic, because I know everybody want to talk about it. Something happened up at New England, a couple days ago. What was that?
They let go of Albert Ainsworth.
Was it about his conditioning again? And
no, these played 6 games. He's only had 3 tackles in 6 games, and he left. They cut him. So he got picked up by Tampa Bay, and he said he was happy to go back to a true 4-3 defense. Well, so we'll see what he does here. Now, he said he's happy to go back to this defense. Let's see. But I can assure you that whoever is acquiring talent for the Washington Redskins knows that was the biggest mistake in history.
You call it a big mistake, but that's how I look at it from Hainsworth's perspective, right? And this is the reason why he's playing so badly. And this is the reason why he started playing badly in Washington and just continuing to play badly now. And he's probably going to continue to play badly. It's because of what they did in Washington. They spoiled him. They gave him that big old fat check. And most of that money was guaranteed. He didn't have to really work for it. So these little contracts that they've been getting afterwards, they don't really mean much to him. He ain't really got no incentive to play.
He should have incentive to play.
I don't think so.
For who he is as a player.
Yeah, until he got paid. Money changes everything.
Well, that's the problem. Right. You should be playing to play.
I don't think he cared about no Super Bowls, no playoff appearances. I think he got that money, and he just went straight hood on everybody.
Well, we'll see what he does with Raheem. Right.
We'll see. All right, and for the big one, right? So everybody by now, if you don't know the story by now, where you've been having a rock for the last 7 days or something. So the news broke, I don't know, was this Tuesday? Was it Monday or Tuesday?
It was about Monday.
The NCAA Penn State scandal with the whole Joe Paterno was involved with it. And then we had some big things happen with Joe Paterno last night. But I'm gonna let Brennan get into it. So what's this all about? What's all the news in Penn State about?
First, I have to say that I'm so disgusted with this whole thing. I'm fired. This has been my topic all week. I've been fired up around here about this. This is so freaking disgusting. It's unbelievable. I went and I read the grand jury indictment report, and I had to stop by the time I got to victim number 4. It was just gross.
Wow.
So from this, we have 2 people now that have been indicted on perjury. We have Sandusky on 40 counts of child sexual abuse. We have the president of Penn State being fired, as well as Joe Paterno being fired.
Wow.
Nothing has been said about the McCreary guy who actually saw the incident at 28 years old and ran and told his father. That's ridiculous. You're 28, be a man, handle the situation. I just think there was a lot of people who missed the ball, and all they pretty much did was told this man that he can't come on campus.
Right.
These are already underprivileged, dysfunctional families that these kids are coming from, and now they're being victims for sexual abuse.
Right.
It is disgusting.
Now, we talked about it earlier for a little bit, but you know, like one of the things that you was mostly upset about is that there's been no kind of, punishment being dealt out the right way. It's all been about let's clean up the image of the school. So that's one of the things that the NCAA is real bad about. They care more about their schools or the school's image than anything else. Like these kids, they went after Joe Paterno only because Joe Paterno was synonymous with Penn State. He had to go just off that alone, so they had to remove him. And that doesn't really help the situation. Like
it doesn't help the
doesn't at all.
situation, but everybody should have been removed because there was no follow up.
Right.
There was no, if someone comes to you with such an egregious report, you have to follow up. It's not about the school or this and that. It's just basic decency. I think from one human being to another, you have to follow up on that.
Right. Yeah.
That report is disgusting.
I just feel sorry for people who were involved who, it felt like they were doing the right thing, but not really doing everything they possibly could. Like a Joe Paterno, this dude just spent the better part of half his life at Penn State.
I'm tired of hearing people say they were doing the right thing.
Well, no, I didn't say I agreed.
The right thing. The right thing was to make sure this got to the police.
Right.
That was the right thing to do. Week number 2, no follow up, nobody says nothing. I'm inquiring.
Right.
What's going on here?
Right.
This dude is raping kids in the bathroom.
Right.
I need to know who's going to jail.
Right. It's a pretty serious situation, and it's interesting to see how this whole thing wrap up. But as it stands right now, what they've removed, they've named this other guy, I forget what his name was, as an interim head coach because they did fire Joe Paterno last night. He didn't resign or step down. Like a lot of people, I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter last night saying that he was resigning, and I was like, no, I was watching it on NFL Network live. He got fired.
Right, because initially he said that he would resign at the end of the year so that the school board didn't have to worry about his status because he was going to resign. Right. And they pretty much said, no, we are concerned about your status, which is fired. Right.
Well, there you go. There you have it. And we'll see. We'll keep an eye on this one and see how this one's going to shake out. So before
I explode,
we're gonna move right on. Right, we're gonna move on to week 10 picks. Man, I can't believe we're at week 10 already, man.
Week 10 already.
Wow. Okay, what we got? I'm ready for this one. Let's see if
do you want me to do my picks first?
No, I'm gonna be super serious this week. Right, I'm gonna use all my football guru mental skills, and I'm gonna go undefeated this week.
Woo!
Okay, right. I'm gonna go undefeated this week. I'm gonna run the table.
Okay.
All right.
So, Oakland at San Diego, which is a Thursday night game.
Right.
Yes. Who you got?
I got. Okay, so let me break this one down real quick. So, Oakland and San Diego tied for. There's 3 teams in the division, actually 4 and 4.
Right.
So they need to figure out who's the number 1. Who's gonna be the number 1, and there'll be somebody to be number 2. Okay. So I think this is Oakland's chance to really get it together. But like I said though, I think Oakland stock has been going down ever since Campbell got hurt. I'm going with Phillip Rivers and the Chargers, and then looking at their performance last week, this is their game.
I'm going with San Diego.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Then we have Detroit at Chicago.
Right. Detroit, Chicago. That's gonna be a barn burner right there, right? And this is one of the games I talked about on Wednesday's show when I was talking about whether or not the Detroit Lions were for real. If they can get this one done, a lot of this whole are they fluky, whatever, get an easy schedule nonsense will go away. I don't think they can get it done. I think Chicago with that running game is just too strong for anybody to withstand. Jay Cutler looking better and better every week. Still got the X factor, Devin Hester. I'm going with Chicago.
I'm going with Chicago too.
All right.
And I have been picking Detroit all year, but they don't have Javit Best, and I don't really think they can withstand that running game. Matt Forte is
really
He is serious business.
He is looking for that new contract.
Absolutely.
St. Louis at Cleveland.
Okay. Now this is a lame old game. St. Louis, man. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I got to go Cleveland on
I'm
this
going
one.
St. Louis.
If they could beat New Orleans, they could dog for sure beat Cleveland.
Well, yeah, I guess so, but I don't know. We'll see.
You got to do it Cleveland.
Jacksonville at Indianapolis.
Okay, really?
I'm going Indianapolis.
All right, so let's see.
They're going to get their one win for the year.
Yeah, we do it. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going Jacksonville. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to go Indianapolis. They're going to surprise.
Okay. Denver at KC.
All right, so Tebow won, Tebow lost, Tebow won. Right? Tebow will win this one.
All right.
Yeah, Tebow will win this one.
I am going Kansas City
Because I think they got embarrassed by the Dolphins.
and they're going to come to play.
All right, I hope so. I like watching them play.
This is a good game.
Okay.
Because it's a division rival.
Pittsburgh at Cincinnati.
Ooh, that's a good one. So Pittsburgh ain't really. Pittsburgh is. I watched Mike Tomlin post game. You know, and you know how you always try to keep it all cool and whatnot, and try not to like blow a gasket. I could tell he was like completely like disgusted with his team. Right? If they don't win this game, I'm telling you, he gonna go off on somebody. But you know what though?
You gonna do it?
Nah, I like Andy Dalton. I like, Gresham and Green and Vince and what they're doing up there. I think after everything, the past couple things that have happened in Pittsburgh, if they go down to the Cincinnati Bengals, that would just be, people will completely write them off. So, no, I'm going Pittsburgh on this one.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Buffalo at Dallas.
Yeah, so this one can go either way. And because, Dallas can lose a game at any time, right? You know how most people say, like, this team can win any game at any time? Well, Dallas can lose a game at any time. And Buffalo is not a team that makes a whole lot of mistakes, right? But they're also a team that capitalizes on other people's mistakes a lot. I think they're number 3 in the league in takeaways right now. So I'm going to go with Buffalo on this one. Not because I'm a Dallas hater, because I'm not going to do that this week. Okay? I'm going Buffalo.
I'm going Buffalo too.
All right.
New Orleans at Atlanta.
That used to be a good game, but I don't know. Atlanta.
It's a good game because it's a division rival.
Yeah, but Atlanta just ain't really like. I don't know, man. I'm going with New Orleans just because, like, neither one of the teams been real consistent, right? Well, Julio Jones had.
I'm going with New Orleans too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take New Orleans on this one. I think that's a safe pick, especially when you're trying to go undefeated, right?
Tennessee at Carolina.
Right. This is, I was actually supposed to go to this game, but how we gonna do this one, right? Cam Newton and the boys been on the bye. I like my Panthers, man, but the Titans ain't really been. Chris Justin, they didn't have a real big game.
How can you sit here and debate this little game when you are like the craziest Carolina Panther fan?
I'm just saying. Look, this week is a little different though because I'm down 9 games. Okay.
I'm going Carolina.
I'm going Carolina too.
So why you?
Okay. Yeah.
Arizona at Philly.
Oh yeah, Philly. Right, yeah, definitely Philly, and Philly better win this game.
Better.
They better win. Right.
Washington at Miami.
Well, Miami had a pretty good game last week. Washington they lost the last 2, right?
And their quarterback.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going Miami.
Yeah, I'm going Miami too.
Houston at Tampa Bay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one,
That's
right?
gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be a good one. I see the slight edge going to Houston on this one though, only because I think Josh Freeman and he's don't really got a lot of weapons at receiver. Now the rushing attack is all right. It's average at best, but I think you look at the 2 teams side by side. I think Houston is a little bit more well-rounded team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Tampa Bay on this. They got embarrassed last week by New Orleans. I'm going Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Baltimore at Seattle.
Okay. Yeah. The Ravens. Yeah. I'm saying.
New York Giants at 49ers.
Wow. Now that one's gonna be real. Some good games this
That's
week,
gonna
man.
be a good game.
That's gonna
I'm
be
going,
good.
I'm going Giants. That's my team.
But the Giants, they last couple of performances have been pretty good.
Yeah, that comeback against the Patriots was real sweet. I appreciate it.
It was. And everybody.
Thank you, John.
One of the things that I saw trending last week was everybody believe in Eli was like one of the trends. I believe in Eli.
You want
I'm going with the Giants. Yeah. Right.
New England at New York Jets.
Ooh, another good one, right? So last time they played, Belichick got the win, right? Rex Ryan had to eat his words or whatever, right? I think Rex get him this time.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the boys are gonna put them
Right.
on. Okay, the
last game, Minnesota at Green Bay.
Minnesota, Green Bay, Minnesota, Green Bay, Minnesota, Green Bay. That's lame. That's all Green Bay.
All day.
Yeah, that's all.
And so that's the weekend in a nutshell.
God, that's gonna be an awesome week now.
Yeah, pretty good games coming on.
I get to watch like, an hour of one of them, but again, because I'm not gonna be sitting there watching the games all the way through, don't mean that I'm not gonna be on the Twitter, just going crazy on the Twitter. We celebrated a little bit last week because we had got a sudden surge of followers. We were up to like 7-something at the time, I think 700 and something. So we are proud to announce that TeamBoydTV's Twitter now has 1,200 followers, okay? 1,200 followers, right? So thanks guys for following us and tweeting tweeting with us and sharing our videos and everything. Also, another milestone for TeamBoydTV's YouTube channel. TeamBoyd's YouTube channel now has 597 subscribers, right? That is awesome, right? And the Facebook page that we launched the week before last, right? That one, we just launched it. A grand total of 275 Facebook fans, right? So TeamBoydTV is doing really well. We want to thank everybody. We appreciate it. So everybody who got a chance to check out my Wednesday show is the very first one that I put up. TeamBoydTV presents post game, where I answered a couple questions and everything. That one's doing really well. Thanks guys for supporting me on that one. Which brings me to the next announcement that we got. So next week, what are we doing?
I will be having my own segment.
Look at that.
Where I'm going to break down not plays, but calls for the ladies. I know a lot of girls are sitting there with their guys and they want to watch football, but maybe they don't understand and aren't really understanding the calls or why they're making those calls. So I'm going to pick one call and just really break it down for you. Probably add some clips in there so you can see what the plays are and why they're calling it.
That is awesome. I think that's going to be a very interesting thing right there, and I am very interested to see how well that does. So I'll be keeping a close eye on that one. Trust me on that. Well, I didn't get to actually talk about our sponsor at the beginning of the show like I normally like to do, so I got to do it right here one more time. It is satellitedirect.com. Software package to get live internet, live TV on your PC or mobile device. So you're tired of cable companies or you're not really getting along with the satellite provider. You can't see the games that you want to see from where you live. Just download this software package, install it on your computer. You can watch all the NFL games, all the NBA games, all of anything that you want to watch, including premium channels. I don't know how they pull this off, but they do it. Links to the website will be in the description box below. And so far, I had one person inquire about it, but look, it's a pretty good software package. I think you guys should just at least check it out. Okay. I think that's everything we got this week, right? I think that's everything, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and watch this Chargers Raiders game and see what's going on with that. So we'll see you guys on the Facebook. We'll see you guys on the Twitter. See you guys on the YouTube. We out. Peace. All right. Good. You can get this up, all right? Okay. Wow, but we have a third show.